In this video we're going to check the pAgent and how you can configure it to have the best coding agent out there. In this video we're going to see my configurations. The pAgent, it's a well-known agent. It has a minimal footprint. It doesn't bloat your context with a lot of tokens, and it can be configured easily with a lot of extensions. You can even ask it to create your own extensions. And yeah, in this video we're going to install it, we're going to link it to an LLM, and we're going to see the top extensions that I am using, so you can go and utilize the full power of the pAgent to help you with your coding task or with your day-to-day tasks. So this is their website, p.dev, and in here you will have the installation script. Basically, to install it, you just need to run this. I am using a Mac for this, so I will gonna go and open the terminal for this, like this. You see that right now p is not installed, so I'm just gonna copy this sh command, and we are going to go and install it, and we are going to go and see how you can go and configure this powerful minimal coding agent or your machine. Okay, yes, in here. And right now the pAgent, it will go and install. So right now the pAgent, it's installed in here, and if you are just running p like this, you're gonna see that right now this installed, and in the interface in here it will search for the skills that you already have in the .agent. It will tell you if an update is available, and right now you don't have any model in here configured, so you can go and for instance choose the model like this. And first you need to do the login, so we can go and choose a model, so /login like this. And in here you have the options to use it with a subscription. So right now the subscription that can be used is the Anthropic, but this doesn't work with this. You need to use the API key, ChatGPT 1 and GitHub Copilot, but we're gonna use an API key to configure this. And for this you will have multiple options in here that can go and configure, and the one that I am using in here is the OpenCode Go. So for the one that doesn't know, OpenCode, it is offering also a subscription that can help you work with a lot of LLMs, and I've already created a video in there. It is using the open source LLMs from China, and in here I will just gonna go and create an API key for this, like p, like this, create the p, and right now I will copy this. And if you are using my link to subscribe to the OpenCode Go, you will get $5 in credit. You can also use their free models in here if you want. Also, and right now I will go and paste this API in there like this. I will delete it after. Okay, and right now you see that, for instance, the model is in here, and if you're gonna type again the model like this, you will have the options to choose from the models that are out there with the generous limits, and I'm just gonna use Flash for this because it is offering the most requests like this. And right now you can go and start using it. But for instance, if you're gonna want, for instance, to go and search something, you're gonna see that, for instance, what tools do you have access? We're gonna ask him what tools he has access, because you're gonna see that it has only a limit of tools in here. It has read, bash, edit, write. So if we're gonna ask it to go and fetch, for instance, an URL like this from my blog, in here I have the article with the setup with and the things that we're gonna install and discuss. What is this about? You're gonna see that right now he will try to use curl for this to go and search the details, which is not bad, but with curl you will have a lot of details that it will eventually bloat the context, and in here you see that you have this bar and so on. And right now the first thing that we're gonna go and configure this is to provide the search capabilities. So in here I've created the articles with this, so we're gonna see all of these extensions that we're gonna install. So the first one is Tinyfish. So basically this is a Firecrawl alternative that will let you search and fetch URLs for free in P. Also it has some other options like browser use and things like that you can use. They're offering 500 free credits for the advanced things like going and clicking on browsers and things like that. And right now, to install this extension, we're gonna need to run these p install commands. So you can go and install these commands. The first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna install all of these commands and we're gonna check them so you can see what they're doing. And in here, for instance, for the Tinyfish extension, in here you will see that this is an extension created by so it can help you do this search. So basically you will need an API key to configure, and then your agent, it will have access to do searches and fetches like this. And let's go and install these commands. So what I will do, I will just go and do it like this, and let's open new terminal, and I will just gonna copy everything from there. Let's do this one by one. So Tinyfish install, it's on the way. Right now it will go and install the Tinyfish extension. So the extension right now, it is configured. Then we're gonna move to the second one, and the second one is the ask user question. So basically this will help you when you are sending something to the agent and maybe he will want to ask you something, like something's not clear for him and he wants more clarification. It will be able to go and ask you the question and you can respond in the terminal. So okay, this one is installed. P power bar. So basically this will add an enhancements to your model. So in here you'll see that right now it's looking like this, which is pretty basic, and yeah, you have all the details that are needed in the default thing, but I want to have more, and that's why I will gonna install this P power bar in there. Okay, the P power bar, it's installed. The next thing, P Hermes memory. So what this P Hermes memory will do is will create memories, and it will function similar with what the Hermes agent is having. So basically it will store the details about your project, about what you are requesting. You can also do an interview and it will ask you questions about you. So yeah, in case you are creating something, he will be able to remember, and in this way it will be smarter. So for instance, if you're coding with React and you are preferring some things, then it will be stored in there and he will not do the same mistake, let's say twice. Okay, we're gonna check that. And the other thing is the to do. So basically you want to have a to do in the CLI, so the agents to have the steps in there and follow them. So this will create the to do details and the extensions. And right now the other things that you can go and install is the P sub agents. So I'm not gonna install the P sub agents right now, but basically in case you want to create multiple sub agents that one will do the research, other will do maybe a review and so on, you can install this and configure your sub agents in there. Another thing that you may want to install is the PMCP adapter. So right now the default P installation is not coming with an MCP adapter. So in case you want to add an MCP in there, you will just need to install this and you will be able to add your MCP details in there. And yeah, so right now I've installed all of these extensions, and right now you see that it doesn't have anything. But for instance, if we are going to do reload like this, it will just go and fetch all the details for you. And right now you see that things change in here. So you have all of these extensions that he is having access to it, and the bar changed in here. And yeah, you can go and type it like this, and you see that right now you have this better bar for this. And right now the other thing that we need to do is to create an API key and configure the TinyFish for this, because TinyFish needs an API key to function. So let's go and create the TinyFish API key in here. So in here we see that this is the TinyFish that I have, and here you see that I have fetches, searches, and things like that. And right now in here you will have the API keys, and yeah, you will have the options to copy this API key like this. I will copy this and I will regenerate it after. And basically to install it you just need to export this. So I'm gonna export this, and let's exit this because this needs to change. Is not exit, is quit for this. So what I'm gonna do, I will gonna put it like this, and in here I will put the API key for the TinyFish, copy like this. Okay, and right now if we start P again, we should have access to the internet. But one thing that I will gonna tell it, add the API key in the ZCH like this. So basically, to not export every time the API key, I will just tell the agents to go into the bash that you are using to go and add this API key in there, so to not have the need to go every time and run this export command. So right now he added this detail in there, and yeah, we're gonna see, for instance, how this search will work right now. We're going to send again the details. So right now you have all of these details. Yeah, you need to source this to activate it, but right now we should have activated the details, and we will go and tell it again to fetch this URL details, and we're gonna see what he's using. Let's see if he is able to use it. So you see right now it is using the TinyFetch to fetch the details about this. So right now it will go and parse the URL, and it will provide the AI a markdown format, which is lighter than what curl will use. And let's wait for this to finish. I see it is staying for some time to think about this. Right now he did a search, you see in there, because it was not able to fetch it. It had an error, but like this you are gonna see that you have all the details, and he was able to find this. So you can ask it, give me latest tech and AI news. And right now he is able to go and search online for the latest tech and AI news. It is fetching the URLs in here. And yeah, I mean, this is what is happening when you are installing this. It will help it use these tools to go and fetch the details out there. And right now I see the TinyFish looks to have a problem with their fetch thing. Doesn't look to work properly because it's staying a lot to fetch this, and probably it will fail like it happened for me. And in here you will have the details also about fetch. You see, you have the status, target unreachable. Probably these things are blocked by the firewall, and that's why, because I am using the Cloudflare firewall to protect my website, and this could be a reason why the fetch is failing. Okay, yeah, and he was able to search the internet and provide me the details. Another thing that you can go and ask it, you see in here you have the memory insight, memory interview. So in the memory interview, with the memory that we've installed, it will just go and search to see if it has any memory. It doesn't have any memory like this, and right now it will ask you for the details. So what call you nickname? So he will create the details into his memory and it will be able to use them. You see in here that the memory was auto-reviewed and updated. And the other thing that we can do in here is like create an Astro website. We can tell it to do it like this, and maybe he will create the to-dos for us. So I tell it to do a personal portfolio. I just want to see if he's able to go. Okay, he searched the memory, need a time zone, so misspelled this, but yeah, he was able to understand, and right now he's updating the memory and so on. Okay, do as you like. And you see that this is quite fast because yeah, it's using the OpenCode Go DSIC Flash, which is pretty fast. It found my front-end design and he will go and create the details to do and decide yourself. And yeah, I mean, right now you can go and play around with it and check the details. And yeah, right now it's searching the website, it's searching the details, it started creating the to-dos for this. And yeah, you see in here that with the to-do extension, it is working pretty nice. And right now he will follow these to-dos. And yeah, it will just run bang create Astro, you see, Dragoș portfolio. And he, yeah, goes and just creates everything. And in here you see that the design, it's quite nice of these agents, it's pretty fast, and in here you will have all the details with the consumption of the tokens, with the context, and all the things that you have in here. I will just let it work in there. And another thing that I want to show you in here is the fact that if you are going to check the packages in here, you will have access to all the packages that are out there. So a lot of creators are using packages for this. You see in here that the to-do, it's in the top. Ask user question, again, it's in the top one that it's installed. Extensions, another one for web access with RIP cloning, PDF extraction, YouTube, and so on. So you can go and install also this one. So it can help you with your other things. Advisor, to have an advisor in there. By the way, to ask a question in the middle of the work, so it can respond to you. So not wait for this to finish. So pmemory, it's another memory. PSAP agents, and yeah, I mean, you have a lot of extensions in here that can go and search. For instance, if you want to add goals in here, basically goals were added by everyone in Codex and other things, and this it's like a loop, and when you were telling it, for instance, like I did, to create a website, it will transform it into a goal and it will not stop until he is finished with everything. And yeah, I mean, like this you have access to everything. Another thing that you should take into consideration when you are using P is the fact that it is using all the permissions in there, so it will not ask you for anything. It will just go and run the commands. So it will be good, for instance, to go and configure some details in there that will help you guard some commands, like removing things in there or deleting things, so you don't have surprises, and like let it delete everything for you. And right now we see that he created this thing for us, and let's see, go and start it. So we're gonna see, for instance, that you can go also to create your own extensions. Okay, right now it has some errors when it's starting this. We're not using that powerful model. Okay, I see it. Copy URL and let's see if he was able to create this website for us. And yeah, right now you see that he just went and created an Astro website for us. I didn't provide him a lot of details, but you see how easy it is and how cheap it is with the OpenCode Go plan to create this website. And right now, for instance, okay, you can go and create a new session like this, and please create an extension that asks me for approval when you run rm commands and other dangerous commands. And right now he will go on attention about extensions, and you can work with him and create these extensions for you. So basically it will go and create in the extension directory an extension in there. So you see in here that right now he will list the commands that are dangerous and needs approval, and in the end he will just go and create this extension for us, hopefully. Right now I'm using the DeepSeek V4 Flash, which is not very powerful, but we're going to see this. So in here you see that you have this path, P-agent extensions, danger approval, TS. And then we're gonna try to see if this is actually working. And it is creating the extension for us. So right now you see that it is going and it's creating all of this code for us. Of course, you can provide him some examples because we already have extensions for this in the repository. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how you can run this. And of course, we're gonna see if this is working. Extension, okay. I have a clear picture. Let's wait for this to finish. And yeah, I mean, you can ask it also to modify this interface. You can install also themes to make it look as you like. And yeah, you can just tell it to add different parts in here that will help you do your work. And until he finishes with these things, I want to show you more about this, because yeah, in here you have all the details with the article. Another thing that you can use is the LazyP. So basically someone developed a package that will gonna go and install the packages for you. The most important one is here. You see that you have some agents, memory, MD, MCP adapter. You have 67 themes if you are gonna install this. And in here you see are the details with to-do tracking, auto research, planning mode, because this thing, it doesn't have actually a planning mode, but you can install an extension for planning also if you want. And in here you see the exact details that this it's doing. So you can even use this if you want, but from my experience, I wanted to go and configure the details that I want myself and don't rely on other things. So yeah, LazyP, it's another thing. And in here you see that you have a lot of themes that it can be used like this, and yeah, that it's coming with this installation. In here you have some videos about P, so intro to P. If you want to know more about P, you can visit this website, lazyp.org, and in here you will find all the P videos. You see that a lot of creators are creating P videos because P, it's very nice and it can be extended easily with all the things that you need. Let's go again to Warp and see. Okay, let's see. He also tells you what you do. So in here we're gonna test this. So reload again, and we're just gonna go and tell it do sudo ls like this. Okay, so right now you see that it is asking you for this. So this is P, this is how you can use it. I hope you enjoyed the video. In case you have something to add, just let a comment and we're gonna extend more on this.